Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Music Mondays podcast. I'm your host, Zom Slays. Welcome on in, my friends. Happy motherfucking Monday. It is March 25th, 2023. Hope you're well, hope you're chilling. Have a wonderfully stacked show for you guys this week. And like I said, this is the Music Mondays podcast, and this is episode 166. How we doing, my friends? How we doing, man? March pretty much flew by, I do say so myself, man. Absolutely flew by. So, a couple things to talk about here. Gonna go over some weekly recap stuff and all that good jazz. So, let's get into it. All right. So, let's just start simple. Let's go over some weekly recap stuff. Then, we'll go over our usual. So, last week we kicked off Music Mondays episode 165 on Monday, per usual. And then we continued on throughout the week to drop a brand new YouTube upload. Last week, or no, I'm sorry, for episode 164, we spoke about when you should release merch. It was an actual really cool discussion that I think a lot of you should see. We really spoke about the kind of conversations and thoughts and questions you should be having if you are an artist and you're in a certain kind of area in your career and time in your career and you don't really know when or how or where to launch merch. So that's a really wonderful conversation that we had a couple weeks ago. So that's up on the channel right now. If you haven't seen it, definitely go check that out. And huge shout out to everybody that already has. You guys are amazing. And I think we're only one sub away from 260 on the Music Mondays YouTube channel. So again, huge shout out to you guys, man. Y'all are killing it for sure. So thank you for that. You guys are awesome. So let's continue on. That was about Thursday of last week. And of course, Music Mondays basic logo t-shirts are in stock right now at limited quantities. So again, if you're looking to purchase a Music Mondays basic logo tee, definitely hit us up and let us know. You'll see some more promo go up for that this week. We're trying to get the rest of the stock off and see where we land with everything else. So with that said, definitely let us know if you'd like to pop one of those and show your support for Music Mondays. Because again, these are very limited. They probably won't come back in the same fashion, so they're going to be pretty rare. Especially being like the first drop, you know? So very, very cool. Very cool. But those are available right now. If you haven't got one, definitely go grab one for sure. So that was Thursday. We roll into Friday of last week. A brand new article is live on allmusicmondays.com by the homie Young Jay. Now, Jay is one of our newest writers on the Music Monday staff team, but they always kill it. They always come through with wonderful, wonderful pieces. So again, huge shout out to Jay. Definitely go check that out. It is a brand new review. So go show Jay and the new article some love, and go check out the rest of the stuff that we have on allmusicmondays.com, man. Lots of good stuff over there. Lots of good stuff. So that was Friday. Continuing on in Friday, after a brand new article by the homie Jay, we dropped Staff Design Showcase number 14. It's been a couple months since, well, actually, probably not that long. It's been a little while though, since we dropped Staff Design Showcase. For those of you that don't know, the Staff Design Showcase is our monthly segment where we kind of take some recent pieces from a lot of the Music Mondays designers and start to show them off in one collection, kind of describe if they're open for commissions, socials, things like that. So really, it's what it sounds like, a Staff Design Showcase, but that's really more so to show some love to all the designers here at Music Mondays. So definitely go check out number 14, and that is live with 63. Huge shout out to 63, man. They've killed SoundCloud Sunday over the course of the last couple months, so definitely want to show them some love, and go show 60 some love for sure. So that finished off our Friday. Heading into Saturday, Music Mondays episode 165 is available on our YouTube channel and everywhere else you listen to podcasts. So again, you can go check out our most recent episodes right now on YouTube, or feel free to take us on the go wherever you listen to podcasts, whether that be Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon, things like that. Google Podcasts is actually going to be shutting down, I think, by the end of the year or something like that. I think it is relatively soon, but we are available pretty much everywhere else anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But if you want to see the Music Mondays podcast on any preferred service that we're not already on, definitely let us know. We'll be happy to get the show up there for you guys for sure. But again, episode 165 is available on all platforms, including our YouTube channel. So definitely go check that out. Go show those artists some love, and huge shout out to everybody for submitting the last week's episode. Um, so that is Saturday. We actually roll into Sunday with SoundCloud Sunday, volume 127. That is currently live on our SoundCloud right now. That is curated by myself and art by the lovely Kyoko's Garden of the Music Monday staff team. So again, huge shout out to everybody that submitted to SoundCloud Sunday. I had to dig pretty deep for SoundCloud Sunday this week, just because every once in a while, like, I noticed, like, throughout music, like, especially, like, underground independent scenes, like, sometimes, there's always inevitably gonna be dull weeks, right? Like, there's gonna be weeks where just nobody's dropping. like, there's so many artists out there, but it's so rare to find something brand new every single week on, like, a super consistent basis. I mean, it's possible, right? But there'll be weeks where it's, like, super easy, though, in comparison. Like, there'll be times where, like, 8, 9 albums dropped, and then there'll be weeks where, like, only 3 singles dropped. So, music's funny like that, man. Music's funny like that, for sure. But, per usual, go show love to SoundCloud Sunday, volume 127. And again, that is available on our SoundCloud right now. And again, if you're interested in submitting for SoundCloud Sunday, submissions open every single Wednesday. So again, keep your eyes peeled. Make sure you follow us on socials at All Music Mondays. So yeah, approaching 130 volumes of SoundCloud Sunday is actually really sick too. But yeah, so let's talk about what's coming on Music Mondays over the course of the next week. Things to expect, quarter 2 stuff, and a whole lot of other jazz. So, let's see here. So yeah, that was your weekly recap. We have 1 week left of the first quarter of 2024. So we're heading into spring. Winter is pretty much over, man. April is gonna be here next week, so that's pretty fucking crazy. But last week I spoke a little bit about some of our bigger goals on Music Mondays. Obviously, merch kind of being one of them, and Cyberfest 2. Obviously being the other bigger event that we had kind of in mind, but I think quarter 2 is going to be really focused on the next Music Mondays album. We're going to be collecting unreleased music from the community, from a whole bunch of artists, and coming up with our second Music Mondays album, Curing Cases of the Mondays Volume 2. So once we get some art finalized for that, we'll be able to finalize flyers and submissions and things like that. But this is going to be really sick. This is definitely something that I want to plan to do a lot of things for. And I want to make sure that we're all set and ready to go before we even announce anything, per usual, right? Because Music Mondays doesn't really fly like that. So I like to make sure that everything's set and ready to go. So cover art's currently in the works, but I think the majority of spring and April, May-ish will kind of be dedicated towards crafting our album and getting that out to you guys and showing some love to the SoundCloud crew, of course. So again, very important and something that I'm very, very excited about. And of course, you'll have your weekly and monthly content continue to kind of ride through. I have a lot of episodes scheduled for our YouTube channel, right? So for things like Feature Friday, Workshop Wednesday, a lot of our segments will be returning to YouTube. So again, keep your eyes peeled for that. Definitely really excited to get those back up and running for sure. I think the biggest problem with a lot of those is just actually scheduling them and then, finding people to, like, really flow. You know what I mean? So, it was a very interesting predicament. You know what I'm saying? But, regardless, again, your monthly and weekly content will continue. Merch, Cyberfest 2, and our next album is something that I'm really, really hyper focused on. And just really getting back to the basics. I've been diving into underground history and kind of looking for ways to bring that to our community and really start talking about some other shit. Just because there's so much history, especially like pre-pandemic, that I think not a lot of people talk about, especially like our real underground communities. So I want to get back into the history side of things as well. So you see us kind of dive into A lot of the usual, but a lot of new stuff as well. Just like lost media and like unreleased stuff, and like early like 2010s shit. Because I think a lot of that stuff is like very important, So I want to make sure that stays alive, definitely. So I'm very excited for quarter two, man. Winter's always super weird, but I think we had a really hot start to the year. So I kind of want to continue and make sure that a lot of our content stays the same while also always improving. You know what I mean? So that's that, and that's what's coming up on the last week of March for Music Mondays. Very, very, very important stuff there, my friends. So, let's talk what's next. So, I think we get before we get into some reactions and reviews, I say we talk community feedback. So this week we'll have a Music Mondays role video go up on our YouTube channel where I kind of detailed staff roles and things like that last week. So expect that to go up on the channel this week. But for our discussion segment this week, I figured that we should hop into some community feedback just because shit, it's been like 3 or 4 weeks, you know what I mean? So I think a little bit of community feedback would be good. So, for those of you that don't know and that are new here, Music Mondays likes to dive into community feedback. So again, you've kind of seen us dive into a lot of topics here on the show. Some more detailed, some more kind of simple, right? Everything from playlists to how to avoid bots, upcoming social medias, you name it, we've probably talked about it here on the show. But aside from a lot of the stuff that we want to talk about with pretty much everybody here on the show, we want to hear community feedback, right? So we want to hear what you guys want to see on the show. I only talk about things in the scope that I'm able to talk about them, right? Like, it's not like I sit here and like try to like talk about every single subject as if I've been there. I can only talk about things that like I truly know, right? So when it comes down to like certain topics, obviously I won't be able to cover everything, but we're always willing to bring new people here on the show. Maybe that could shed light on a topic that somebody might want to see, or it could be something really simple. You know what I mean? Maybe like, oh, how to do this, or like where to, make the best cover art, or how to do this on a budget, or, traveling for shows. Like there's so many things that we've covered here on the show. But again, we want to get the community's kind of opinion and really hear from you guys if there is anything that you would like to see here on the show. Because again, we have a really big schedule as far as topics like these goes, right? Because I have so many things written down that I want to cover, so I don't want to like continuously just roll those out without actually asking the community like what that they would enjoy, and smaller things that they might want to see. So again, if you're interested in seeing anything on the Music Mondays podcast, whether that be underground tips and tricks, you want to see certain guests, you want to see us talk about topics, you need to know about this, you want to see us talk about certain, debates, drama, even though we don't really talk about drama, but things like that, you know what I mean? So anything you would like to see here on the show, we'll be glad, we'll be happy to hear you guys out and have that conversation for sure. So yeah, this is, I believe, community feedback number 11, which is actually pretty crazy. But again, if you'd like to see anything on the Music Mondays podcast in the future, again, whether that be guests, topics, all sorts of things, definitely let us know. Drop a comment, send us a tweet. This will definitely be uploaded on the channel. So definitely like the video. Make sure you subscribe. Show some love to the rest of the artists here on the show. And expect a new video next week as well. So stay tuned. Community feedback is always good, man. One of those things that I always want to have ready for the show, and like ready for the community in general. You know what I mean? Just because I want to give everybody like a good opportunity to be like, oh, like maybe we should talk about this, yada yada yada. So always important there. Always important there, my friends. So you guys know what time it is. Let's hop into some reactions and reviews. Because I'm down. So let's see here. I'm pretty sure we got a good little stack here. Good little stack, definitely. Okay. So let's go over the usual. And for those of you that are new here, and for those of you that don't know, submissions are always in the same format every single week. and tweets will always read. Artists and creatives submissions are open for live reviews on Music Mondays, live on March 25th, 2024 at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, twitch.tv/SomPlays, which is here now. So the only things that'll really change with the formats of these tweets are the date. You'll probably see a formal announcement if anything bigger changes, but the only thing that changes through these tweets is the date. So just make sure that you're submitting to the proper date for the show. So yeah, after that, if you'd like to submit your music, artwork, fashion, or digital creation job, your links and portfolios below. All art forms are welcome. So again, contrary to our name, Music Mondays, we've reacted to pretty much everything here on the show. Everything from videography to instrumentals to photography to merch to fashion shots to YouTube uploads to like, bro, you name it, we've reacted to it, literally. So feel free to submit whatever you want if you're a underground independent creative that thinks that they deserve some spotlight here on Music Mondays, because we're happy to have you. And again, contrary to our name, like I said, Music Mondays, we have always accepted submissions from everybody here on the show for all 166 episodes, just because, coming from an area where, it's common that a lot of people are multi-talented, right? A lot of artists are also producers. A lot of producers are also graphic designers. A lot of graphic designers also film. You know what I mean? So a lot of these talents go hand in hand. So we really want to give everybody an opportunity to really show off a lot of their skills with whatever they're dropping. You know what I mean? So feel free to drop whatever every single week. And of course, for our show limit, that's just to make sure the show's a little bit more palatable. Of course, one could argue that a 4-hour show is relatively longer still, but it's a lot shorter than a lot of the older shows that we used to do, 6-7 hours. Crazy shit. But again, it makes it a little bit more easier to watch back and actually enjoy, right? So again, 4-hour show limit. And of course, you must be following Music Mondays on Twitter to be eligible. Submissions are always free. They always have been free. They always will be free for the Music Mondays podcast. The only thing that we ask is that you're following us on Twitter before you submit. Obviously, to not only help spread our message and grow our community, but again, just to pay respects to everybody else that does submit each week and does wait for their submissions to be reacted to here on the show. And of course, you gain access to a wonderful community of just creatives. Like, it's a win-win. You know what I mean? So that's the only thing that we do ask is just make sure you're following us before you submit. And of course, Patreon submissions are played first every single week. So again, with the 4-hour show limit, some weeks we might not get to every single submission. So if you'd like a way to have your submission to be guaranteed to be played every single week, we offer the Music Mondays Fast Pass over on Patreon. So again, if you're subscribed to our Patreon at any tier, you gain access to the Music Mondays Fast Pass, which allows all of your submissions to be played first here on the show every single week for the duration that you're pledged the Music Mondays Patreon. So again, you can pledge at any tier and gain access to that and a whole bunch of other exclusives here on the show. So again, make sure you go check out our Patreon, and huge shout out to all of our current Music Mondays patrons. You guys are amazing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Outside of that, I think the only other thing that we gotta mention is that submissions close a couple hours before the show starts. Of course, just to get a head count, just to see what the show's looking like, and just to make sure that nobody kind of sneaks in like a late submission and messes up the order that was there for like 7 hours. You know what I mean? Like there's a whole thing that happens there. So we do close submissions whenever the show goes live, or at least a couple hours before the show goes live. So again, you have about 6.5 days to submit for the Music Mondays podcast every single week. Because again, submissions go live every single Tuesday. So if you're watching this live, submissions open for next week's episode tomorrow. If you're watching this on YouTube, submissions are already open for next week's episode. So definitely go submit. Definitely. So that's all the details for the Music Mondays podcast and how you can submit and all that good stuff. If you have any more questions about that as well, we just uploaded a brand new guide on our YouTube channel on how to submit to the Music Mondays podcast. It's also linked on our website under the submissions tab. That's a brand new 2024 guide where I kind of broke down why we take submissions on Twitter and things like that, and really how the Music Mondays podcast came to be what it is now. So again, definitely go check that out if you want a little more backstory or information, or you can send us a comment, leave us a DM, all that good stuff. But let's see if we have any Patrons for tonight. I didn't see any tonight. No Patrons tonight, so we're going straight into community submissions. Straight in, which is exciting. And actually, this is kind of a rare first submission, I won't lie. Survival and Negativity, I think they got a pretty early submission last week, but this week they're the first submission of the night. So that's pretty crazy. But for those of you that don't know Survival and Negativity, a wonderfully talented hip hop vocalist submitted Ease on Down. This house of incredible skills. This is a rap collective consisting of Noah Sin, Darl, Act One, Stratic, True Thoughts, Insomniacs, and S. Our first single, Ease on Down, for Darl Sin and Static, drops 3/25. Oh shit, wait, so that drops today. It's live now. Alright, let's check this out. Because we got a stack, like a big stack of people here. Okay. Yeah, this looks pretty crazy. Alright, let's get into it. Survival and Negativity, Ease on Down. Clocking in at 3:25.
It's that this shit, right? Yeah, real niggas as if you still living. Ease on down to the rhythm that you hearing back. Hey, if you feeling, put your hands to the ceiling. Put one in rotation, had them wait, had them wear. Real niggas as if you still living. Ease on down to the rhythm that you hearing back. Hey, if you feeling, put your hands to the ceiling. Yeah, put one in rotation, had them waiting. Yeah. Everybody wanna be the man, but don't nobody wanna be the man. Hashtag for the gram, they get checks on the app. I need checks from the app. Always been my biggest fan, still showing love to the fan. But you fucking with that foo-foo, keep it over there, man. I might have to Pakistan, man. What's your location? Tell me where you at. It don't matter where you from, it just matter where you at. She played me in 10th grade, I hit her up, cause her brother was a plug. Straight facts, smack the belly, got the dub. Still never called her back. If it's real, then it's real, put it in a rap. I stand for that shit, like a started cat. Roll up that put it in a rap. We getting plates still, I might need a snack. So if you see me run your way like LA, put me in the right way. Yeah, real niggas as if you still living. Ease on down to the rhythm that you hearing back. Hey, if you feeling, put your hands to the ceiling. Put one in rotation, had them wait, had them wear. Real niggas as if you still living. Ease on down to the rhythm that you hearing back. Hey, if you feeling, put your hands to the ceiling. Yeah, put one in rotation, had them waiting. Yeah.
Man plans and God laughs, but we'll laugh it off together when it all comes to pass. We've been tasked, highly favored, to flavor the game with class. Running laps to make the patronage play and then run it back. Come and rap, no dishonor as long as you come with facts. Come and tap, leave the magic, the strategy to run the track. Nothing whack, that's the measure, I'm never the one to brag. It's your status ain't a threat to me tracking this humble path. Cause I mean, everybody's a boss, who the workers then? Who that? Everybody getting work off, then who they servicing? Niggas getting high on the same supply that they're working with. They plotting excursions to the top of this rocky surfaces. You surely forgot the terrain that they traversing. The worst are trying to make waves in an ocean they dropping spotty verses in. Just know the spot we claim is not from purchasing. It's properly earned, rocking until we got the verdict.
Yeah, real niggas as if you still living. Ease on down to the rhythm that you hearing back. Hey, if you feeling, put your hands to the ceiling. Put one in rotation, had them wait, had them wear. Real niggas as if you still living. Ease on down to the rhythm that you hearing back. Hey, if you feeling, put your hands to the ceiling. Yeah, put one in rotation, had them waiting. Yeah. Ease on down to the rhythm that you hearing back. Had them waiting. Had them waiting. Hearing back. Ease on down to the rhythm that you hearing back. Had them waiting. Had them waiting. Hearing back.
Okay. Damn. So this is like a more this is very interesting because Survival Negativity has this like very classic style mixed with like a very modern sound, but this is just a very modern sound all around. Like this is definitely like very modern hip hop at its finest. So a lot to talk about here, a lot to break down. Let's talk about it. So we're gonna talk about three things here. We're gonna talk about the instrumental, we're talking about vocals, and we're talking about the overall theme of this track. So let's talk about the instrumental. Again, it has this like modern trap feel, you know, and I like that. I like that just because it's not that I wasn't expecting it, but it's nice to get like a little refresher every once in a while. You know what I mean? Like it's nice to be like, oh, okay, like just to like flex the versatility a little bit. So I like the choice regardless. I definitely like the choice. Um, let's talk about um the mix. It's great to be honest with you. Nothing clashing, too overbearing. I feel like the drums here are the major stars. Vocals definitely sit nice. Again, drums all around are great. No gripes here at all. If I'm being totally honest with you. Um, so mix definitely fantastic. Instrumental shining star. I definitely feel like the melody leaves like a long lasting impact for sure. But the drums are just like for me. Like I feel like the drums were really crazy, but the melody was definitely a close second. So for me, the drums definitely the shining star. But again, the melody and the structure were definitely up there. So instrumental solid. Let's talk vocals. Vocal mix again, fantastic. Um, we've reacted to a majority of these artists, especially with survival and negativity. So again, a lot of these vocalists here tend to have really raw, solid, like natural voices. So again, not much processing needs to be done here, and it just leaves that like vocal emotional kind of like raw feeling. But again, it's nice and cleaned up, has a little bit of elbow grease into it. Um, so no gripes with the vocal mix at all. Right where it needs to be for this kind of style, definitely. And again, vocals sit nice on the instrumental, drums cut through nicely. Nothing that really like wigged me out at all, to be honest. Again, I feel like the 808s were great here, and they sounded really solid with the vocals. So, mix definitely on point, definitely. Um, hmm. All right, so let's talk vocal shining star. Two things came to mind. The writing, definitely, but flow and cadence was something that throughout the whole song of almost 3.5 minutes, it was just the catchiest kind of like laid back flow and cadence that I think really stuck with me. So I think for me, I'm gonna go ahead and say flow and cadence, but writing was definitely up there. Writing was for sure up there. But flow and cadence and delivery, absolutely solid for sure. So instrumental solid, vocal solid. Let's talk theme. Aesthetics, fantastic. To be honest with you, absolutely fantastic. So we got Sin and Darl and Prod Stratic, Parts Advisory to the right, and the logo in the center. So whoever did this art did a really good job, and they understand why like minimalist shit kind of works. Because yes, it's like a minimalist, very simple cover, but it has so much detail and so much quality to it that I think it's perfect, especially for like an intro track for like a new collective or like a new group or a new duo or almost anything. You want to keep shit simple just to not like overwhelm potential new listeners, right? So this is one where I definitely like this look a lot for sure. I mean, I've always been a fan of like real minimalist shit, but this is one where I feel like it was perfect. Absolutely perfect. Especially with the text, very simple. And I like the foreground of this one a lot. Like aesthetics absolutely on point. And it brings that like cipher kind of freestyle look. Um which I think goes well with groups, you know, so um overall theme, ease on down. So realistically, obviously the theme is in the hook, right? But I definitely wouldn't say that there's like a super like pat down theme. I would say that it does have this like hometown kind of anthem feel to it for some reason. I feel like it does. Like it has this like hometown like this is like one of those songs that like goes really viral in your hometown. You know, like people like find out you make music and shit, and then they're like, "Oh my god, have you heard this?" You know, and it starts like going viral within like your like local ass community. Um, so this is definitely one of those songs for me. Like it definitely has that hometown kind of feel for sure. But again, definitely one of those tracks where you gotta absorb the lyrics, absorb the writing, and just take in all the lyrics 100%. 100%. So with that said, huge shout out to Survival and Negativity. Make sure you go follow them on Bandcamp and go follow this on Bandcamp. And of course, make sure you follow Sin on Twitter. They are approaching 340 followers. They are 2 away. So go show them some love in the Bird app, my friends. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. And of course, make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. We're approaching 260, man. I think we're at 259. So if you're not subbed, go sub to the channel. Go push us over to 260, man, because we're trying to reach that 300 goal, man. Trying to reach that 300 goal. We've been fucking itching. But definitely go sub to the channel. And if you've already subbed to the channel, huge shout out to you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We do upload 2 times a week, every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, underground tips and tricks, a whole lot of good stuff's available over there on the channel. So, we left off with the homie Sin. Up next is the homie Braden. Now, this is an artist that has had a really solid 2024, if I do say so myself. Consistent singles, just dropping back to back. And on top of it, like, they're coming off of a really hot 2023. So, very typical. Very typical for sure. But the homie Braden submitted a brand new track titled Life Sucks Sometimes. Listen to Life Sucks Sometimes. Let's fucking go. I am down to listen. I am absolutely down. Alright, so let's pop it over to new tab. Let's see what we got. Alright. Got some lyrics in the description here. A little bit of lyrics. Okay, we're definitely down. Alright, let's get into it. Braden, Life Sucks Sometimes.
Things that never change. All my enemies like coins cause they lose change. If they tryna get it tough, they gon' get rearranged. And you know for a fact that I'ma stay the same way. Fuck. And I'ma stay the same way. Stay the same way. I got my music in their brain. If you tryna step to me, then you finna die. Set a knife right in your eye. Then you gon' meet she got 4 eyes, way she got to him trippin'. Shoot my shot and feel like Scottie Pippen. Catching W's, I'm always winning. Bitch, I'll never finish. Got the Lord as my witness. Write lyrics while I'm pissing. All I had no pot to piss in. Now all of my lyrics written. Either way, you know I'm spittin'. Got bars, you just need to listen. There's nobody that I'm dissing. I need some time away to be myself. I need to know how to follow within the dark lines. I need to know the difference between the truth and the lies. I'm trying to be productive, I've been trying to use my time correctly. I know people care, they've been trying to check me. I've been fucking up, damn, I need to correct me. I know people make mistakes, I know they need to correct these. Bitch, I need some help, motherfuckers need to help me. Thinking about dumping the whole clip till that shit's empty. Making all this money off of nothing, no they envy. I've been falling in and out of love, that shit's so tempting.
Well, shit. Okay. That was crazy. That was a roller coaster, if I do say so. That was definitely a roller coaster. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's break it down. We're gonna talk about 3 things. We're gonna talk about the instrumental. We're gonna talk about vocals, and we're gonna talk about the overall theme of this track. So, instrumentals fantastic. Braden has a wonderful taste for instrumentals because it's such a great blend of like alt pop. It's tagged electronics. So that's a really great shout too. It's just such a blend of sounds, and then it has your like hip hop elements as well. So, um, definitely like the choice for sure. I like the choice. Let's talk about the mix. Fantastic, man. Again, Braden is an artist where it's not really a shocker that their mixes are very on point. 99% of their tracks are very solid when it comes down to the mix, especially for the instrumentals, right? But I would say that for those of you that don't know, it's always worth a mention, definitely. Just because it's always relevant, right? But instrumental, fantastic. Instrumental, shining star. Um, the structure was really interesting on this. I think that that's definitely worth talking about. I like the drums a lot too. The melody was definitely very rememberable. Um, I'm gonna go ahead and say structure, just because I wasn't expecting the way that this was kind of structured out, right? I mean, you can kind of see it in the waveform there, but I don't know. I was kind of like, you can never really tell, right? But I definitely like the structure a lot. So the instrumental solid. Let's talk vocals. Again, similar to the instrumental, vocal mix fantastic. Nothing clashing to overbearing. Nothing that really stuck out to me that was off or anything like that. Braden's vocals generally tend to be mixed very well on most styles. So again, no gripes here, but something you always want to point out for sure. Um, Vocal shining star. Mm, you know, I like the writing, but I think flow and cadence and delivery is really up there for me. I feel like this is the most mature and like established and progressed that we've heard Braden. Like not even a question. So I think it's got to be flow and cadence and delivery for me, definitely, definitely. So instrumental solid, vocal solid. Let's talk theme aesthetics. This is a cover that I've gotten the chance to speak about over the last couple of weeks. But for those of you that don't know, I actually just spoke about it over the last submission. But I'm always a fan of the minimalistic covers and the IRL covers as well, right? So this is an IRL cover that I think totally works for a project or even a single. You could totally get away with it for a single, right? But super simple, straight to the point, and it has this like slight edit to it that just feels project like. So I've always been a fan of this one, definitely, definitely. So aesthetics on points, overall theme. So track title, Life Sucks Sometimes. So again, at like face value, I feel like you could say that there really isn't a theme, and I think you'd probably want to dive into the lyrics a little bit more, right? And just kind of appreciate the bars and the punchlines and the writing itself. But the more I thought about it towards the end, this is really like almost like a rant, like a rant about life in like all aspects. And Braden makes that like a common theme throughout all their music is like songs just tend to be like these like bags of emotions that just like line up perfectly. I'm talking about this and then I'm talking about that and I'm talking about this, but it's the way that they kind of structure it and lay it out that it kind of makes sense and you're like, wow. But this one in particular, I feel like Braden was touching on almost everything in life that does suck, right? But also like they shape it in a way where they're like always overcoming it, I guess, right? Because it's always like, yeah, life sucks, but I could do this. Yeah, life sucks, but I'm also him. You know what I mean? So it has that like aspect to it as well. So it's very mixed bag of emotions, and at the end of the day, that's what music is for, right? Is to just get your feelings out on paper and actually like fully see it through. So well done, my friend. Well done. Huge shout out to Braden. Thank you so much for the submission. Make sure you go follow Braden on SoundCloud. They are 3 followers away from 300. Shout out to whoever unfollowed. God damn it. Go show Braden some love. Get him back up to 300. But of course, make sure you follow Braden on Twitter. They are 7 followers away from 70. So show them some love over there on the Bird app, my friends. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the upload. And of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays podcast if you haven't already. We're approaching 260 Subaroonies. We upload 2 times a week, every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, all that good stuff is available over there on the channel. And if you already have, thank you. We appreciate you here at Music Mondays, my friends. Much, much love. So, let's continue on. We left off with the homie Braden. Up next is the homies over at Money Music. Now, a very, very talented hip-hop collective submitted Dealer's Dog. Off of the same project that we reacted to a track of last week. So this will be cool to be able to dive back into this project. I'm definitely down. So let's see where this ranks here. So what did we... Okay, so we did Run This Play last week, and this week we're doing Dealer's Dog. Okay, so this one has Tone Blunt and Skino B. So let's get into it. Dealer's Dog.
Hey yo, double O, how many
Sample's already crazy.
doors we knocked out on? Alright, I'm in the trap, check it. The nights was cold. Had to walk out on the doors I once opened. Remorseful survivals, we not coping, ain't no standstills. So I learned my own motion. Plug Heath Ledger, nickname he not joking. Game will leave you crusty without lotion. Thought my love was enough, felt the vibes coming, but I pass it off in bubble guts. You get at me, I take 2 of yours and double up. If you had the strength to see it through, I was down on my luck, and 1,000 hit the dudes. Handle all my dark nights with no outfit to respond to Bruce. Back in the game, Tone going Tom Brady again. Money green, cash money, we the new baby and slim, nigga.
Coming to the hood, first right, hit your lights. Hit your lights, nigga. I'm not serving you unless you hit your lights, bro. Do not stop at the pool. I'm not serving niggas over there no more.
Had to turn it up a notch. Jay Hova, take over the spot. Beefing with niggas in the same building, shootouts, we mix them up the block. Eyes scaling the strip, trying to pick the unmarked car. Death around the corner, got a gripper when I'm headed out the door. The planners live long, but they say life too short. Thinking of the wrong thought, gotta break the cycle from the fucked up shit you was taught. God give me the strength, I use it and turn myself into a boss. Money green,
Definitely.
money fit, now I'm giving drip and shit. I been had the sauce. Me and Skino stacked the paper and told money. Now I'm about to grab the $2 logo hard.
Tone speeding past in that $2 logo coupe. Nice we had to close the gaps like missing tools. War ready, strapping up different boots. It was no shelter, now the car ain't got no roof. Now the car ain't got no top. I was just a young buck when we took over the block. It was reason of the doubt. Now the shit look
Waiting
like
on
the
the
rock.
drop, come shop, 10 a pop. Baby need new shoes, V need new wheels. Straight paper, no deal. On the strip with the boy and the girl, like a gender reveal. Been in the field, as a jit I came up in the streets. On the strips, trying to catch a lick, we trapping heavy. Ghost guns, you can call it Styles P. Leave niggas veggie. Put them in the blender if they short with the fatty.
Damn. Okay. That was really crazy towards the end there. Holy shit. But I definitely agree. Totally fire. Chat. I definitely agree with you guys on that one for sure. Jordan and Drama Eyes, welcome. I hope you guys are well. But that sample was really crazy. And really well utilized as well. Let's talk about it. Let's break it down. We're talking about 3 things. Talk about the instrumental, we'll talk about vocals, and we'll talk about the overall theme of Dealer's Dog. So, okay. So the instrumental, man. The instrumental is really fucking crazy on this one. Not gonna lie to you. So I like the choice off rip. But the mix itself is fantastic. That's not really a shocker for Money Green Music, though. It's definitely a crew that has a very tight lock on their mix. Definitely, for sure. But again, nothing clashing too overbearing. Nothing that really, like, threw me off or anything like that. Vocals definitely sat nice. Drums were great. Sample wasn't, like, overused or anything. I thought that was placed really well. Yeah, no gripes with the instrumental mix at all. Instrumental Shining Star. Now, The structure was very interesting. So structure is definitely like up there for debate, right? I definitely think you talk about structure. Um, hmm. You know, it'd be really weird if I didn't say the sample though. Like I'm not gonna lie to you, like that sample was really well utilized in the aspect that like it wasn't overused. Like sometimes those tracks can be very different if you kind of like overuse the sample in the instrumental. So, uh, yeah, I'm probably gonna go with the sample to be honest with you. I feel like the sample was definitely a shining star. It was almost like another feature, you know. So, definitely the sample for me, definitely. Um, Instrumental solid. Let's talk vocals. Vocal mix. I mean, again, no gripes. Like these are two artists that we've been reacted to here on the show for quite some time, but um, they've never once had like an off-putting mix or anything like that. Like they have two raw, natural voices that, again, once you just clean them up a bit, they could sound really fucking solid. And that's what we're getting here. You know what I mean? It's raw, it's natural, and it has that cleanliness to it that this sound needs. So no gripes with the vocal mix. Definitely not. Um, Vocal shining star. Now, um, writing's up there. I feel like they were both telling stories here for sure. Writing's definitely up there, but um, flow and cadence and delivery, man, kind of started to get me towards the end. I was like, holy shit. So I'm like, I don't know. Maybe it is writing though. Like thinking back on it, like it really did feel like a story. So maybe writing, to be honest with you. Yeah, I'm probably gonna go with writing. I'm probably gonna go with writing because like I feel like that'd probably be why a new listener would go back. Like because I know that's why I'd go back is to just get a regrasp on the lyrics. So definitely the writing, definitely. So instrumental solid, vocal solid. Let's talk theme. Aesthetics. So I spoke a little bit about this cover last week. But just to reiterate that, these kind of hand drawn styles are always fucking gas, especially for projects. And this is like more of a longer project, so this is one where you'd want, sometimes a more detailed piece of art. But again, I think one of the more redeeming qualities about this one is like the more you look at it, the more you start to see, right? Like the more finer details you start to just uncover. So that's one of those ones that I really like, and it's totally project worthy, for sure. So aesthetics on point. Overall theme. So this one's kind of interesting. I wouldn't say again that there's like a clear cut theme. Most tracks really don't need a clear cut theme, right? But if you do, that's always cool too. But this one is definitely one where you kind of just got to respect the lyrics and really absorb the lyrics and somewhat enjoy the storytelling that you get here from Tone and B for sure. Um, but again, definitely one you just kind of want to break down and absorb the lyric without a doubt for sure. So with that said, huge shout out to Money Greed Music, Tone Blunt, and B. Thank you so much for the submission, my friends. Much, much love. Make sure you go follow them on Spotify. And of course, make sure you follow MGM on Twitter. They are approaching 1.4K on the bird app, my friends. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the free upload. And of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you haven't already. We're approaching 260 subroonies. We upload 2 times a week, every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, whole lot of good stuff's available over there. So go show these artists and the channel some of them love. And if you already have, thank you, thank you, thank you. We appreciate you here at Music Mondays. So, continuing on. Up next, we have the homie, Offspring Mysterious. Now, it's been a while since we heard from Offspring. Well, not really. Probably about a couple weeks or so. But Offspring, a very, very talented producer, editor, videographer, filmer, graphic designer, writer, all the above, submitted Spiritual Showdown. We're here. All right, let's see what we got from the homie Offspring, man. I am definitely down. All right. Get this up to 720s. Get a little theater. A little volume up. Okay. Let's get into it. W transition. Just post it up in broad daylight. That's actually kind of crazy. Insane angles. A lot of these shots are really solid. Oh, Offspring filmed this outfit change too. Well, actually, I guess it's just sweatshirts, right? So. No shot. Feast off. Damn. That might be the craziest video we've seen from Offspring in 2024. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, fuck. That fighting scene was actually really crazy. Like, actually really crazy as far as, like, Offspring edits we've seen. This was nuts. This was actually nuts. I'm not gonna lie to you, Chief. Okay. So, obviously, we've reacted to that track from Offspring, so we're not gonna break down the track, but what I will break down is the edit, because this is by far one of the most, I would say, progressive Offspring Mysterious edits we've gotten this year by far, and if not period, if I'm being honest with you. Like, this could definitely be like the most progressive we've seen. Wow. Okay. So I think the shining star here is, like, I was gonna go with locations, right? I was definitely gonna go with locations, and I was gonna be like, you know what? A lot of those shots that Offspring picked were really solid, right? And then we got to the stop motion fighting scene, and I was like, okay, I see where we're going with this. So that's where I was kind of like, you know what? It's probably the stop motion fighting scene. Like, they had to have put a lot of effort into that, and then actually being able to film that and, like, make that come together properly is very fucking solid. Like, come on, man. Like, that shit is intense. So between the locations and the actual battle and the concept itself, I'd probably say the actual battle. This was crazy. This was definitely like a new leaf for Offspring. And if a lot more of these start coming into this, like, I feel like Offspring will definitely be sort of progressing Walking Onslaughts as like a whole. Because this was new, this was different, and this was definitely well done. Definitely well done. When did this drop, man? When did this drop? Oh, 10 days ago, so that's relatively new. Let's go. Okay. With that said, huge shout out to Offspring Mysterious. Thank you so much for your submission, my friend. Much love. Make sure you go follow Offspring Mysterious on YouTube. They are 6 subs away from 200, so go show them some love over there. And of course, make sure you follow Offspring Mysterious on Twitter. They are 10 followers away from 930, so go show them some love over there on the Bird app, my friends. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube upload. And of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you haven't already. We're approaching 260 Subaroonies. We upload 2 times a week, every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and a lot of good stuff is available over there. So make sure you go show these artists and the channel some motherfucking love, baby. Let's get it. And if you already have, thank you. We appreciate you here at Music Mondays, my friends. So, okay. Left off with the homie Offspring. Up next is the homie Dry My Eyes. Now, they submitted a, I assume, brand new track. Okay, so it's been, let's say like a couple weeks since we've heard from Dry My Eyes. So I'm definitely excited to get into some new music for sure. A super talented alternative vocalist submitted a brand new track. So let's see what we got here. Chat. I am down for the cause. A quick pause, Rooney. Got some lyrics and description per usual. Oh shit. Okay, bet. All right, let's get into it. Dry My Eyes.
Yeah. Alright. Yeah. Let me hit the mic. Alright. Yeah. Play that beat, speak the words, where's my beat? With that 3, this a fiend, kettle bean, finna be intent on the antenna, hanging from that Jeep. This for radios, drugs on my tongue, miscellaneous. I'ma keep on aiming till I hit that. High head, slow ends, dope miss, big facts, little ass kid, wanna action, step up. The way I move, I skip through these hits, I'm next up. Dry my eyes, I'm flying, how I'm coming from the side. I devise my plan, then I land, then I slide, then I vibe. Drop shit live from the cockpit, I know style, no slide under my own style. Roll slipping, roll sipping, and I
don't slip it. Slow scripted on my bomber, no swift. I go sipping, glow to the note. It's a bow to the note. Take a note, overrode. I don't give a fuck. One more pitch in this bitch on that flitch. I'm a glitch on my body like the lich. One more twitch, I'm a ditch. Yeah, no one buy me in my niche. No one like me, I'm like witch. If you try me, I'ma get your item. Forward climbing, somewhat low is where the diamond. Free to dive, and if it's not, that'll remind me. I'm the one that's somewhat shiny while I'm slimy. Genuinely. If you mad, go ahead, find me. Play that beat, spit the words, first my beat. With that 3, this a fiend, ghetto beef for no beef. And I'll be intent on the antenna, hanging from that Jeep. Just for radios, drugs on my tongue, miscellaneous. I'ma keep on aiming till I hit that. High hat, slow winds, don't miss, big facts. Little ass kid, wanna action step up. Way I move, I skid through these hits, I'm next.
Wow. Holy shit.
You don't know what God's in thinks. In our hot 10 flows on my ardent wings. Rough take, I'll tell you the route take was crazy. Amazingly, my leap first hit daisies. I'm crazy, chasing the phrasing, not praising. I'm raising the roof and I'm gazing from the second floor. Macing a plaything until shit gets boring. They said you're stupid, I said no more. I keep on going. I don't see no one. I keep on going. Just going. Play that beat, speak the words, fist my beat with that 3. This a fiend, kettle beef and no beef. And I'll be intent on the antenna, hanging from that Jeep. Just for radios, drugs on my tongue, miscellaneous. And I'll keep on aiming till I hit that. High hat, slow winds, don't miss, big facts. Little ass kid, wanna action step up. Way I move, I skid through these hits, I'm next time.
Well, shit. Wow. Okay. Much to talk about here. You're too kind. Let's fucking get it, Dry My Eyes. Let's go, baby. Let's break this one down, absolutely, because, again, a couple things to talk about. Lots to get into. So, we're gonna talk about 3 things. The instrumental, we're gonna talk about vocals, and we're gonna talk about the overall theme of this track. So, let's talk instrumental. Now, we've gotten enough submissions from Dry My Eyes as to where, I think we kind of understand their taste a little bit. This is a very, like, alternative taste, but it has this, like, laid back, like, somewhat lo-fi, somewhat just mixed kind of feel to it. It's a very interesting taste for instrumentals, but I think it fits their sound perfectly, right? So again, any artist that has like a good taste in instrumentals is just always a plus, man. Like that's it's just good to know what you want, right? But I like the choice. Let's talk about the mix. Super solid, to be honest with you. Again, from what we've reacted to here on the show, this is definitely an artist that usually has a pretty good lockdown on their mix. I haven't really heard anything, again, here on the show that has really thrown me off. So this one's kind of in that same realm for me, to be honest with you. But yeah, nothing clashing, too overbearing. Nothing that kind of threw me off. Everything's nice and level. Vocals sit nice. Drums definitely cut through nicely. Everything kind of has its own space. Nothing that tweaks me out at all, to be honest. So instrumental mix solid. Instrumental shining star. This one's kind of funny because like I like the drums on this a lot, but the drums were really good for rhythm, and I think the melody here brought this like summer, like good vibe kind of feel to this track, to be honest with you. So for me, if I'm being honest, it's got to be the melody. It's got to be the melody for sure. Just because it brings that like summer evening kind of feel to it for some reason. So yeah, got to be the melody. Definitely. So instrumental solid. Let's talk vocals. Vocal mix is great. Again, Dry My Eyes is an artist that, much like their instrumentals, their vocal mixes are always very solid. But they have a voice that captures a lot of emotion, right? Like some artists like do better with certain mixes, but some artists just have a naturally like emotional voice. And I think Dry My Eyes has that like emotional flavor, right? So with their mixes that we get, I think you just capture so much of the emotion that it's just so hard to not like feel it through the track, right? So I've always been a fan of these kind of vocal mixes just because you can it just feels genuine, but again, it's not like not mixed, right? It's still very processed, but it leaves all the rawness in, which I like a lot. Especially with this alternative kind of style, right? And then you add in like this melody, it has a certain flavor to it. But with that said, the vocal mix is definitely fantastic. Um, Vocal shining star. Um, so two things came to mind realistically. The writing's definitely up there, and the flow and cadence and delivery. I'm leaning more towards flow and cadence and delivery, but the writing has this almost like poetic fantasy feel to it as well. So I don't think that deserves to be underrated, but the flow and cadence and delivery, it just brings this good vibe feel to it for some reason. So I think I'm gonna go with that. I think I'm gonna go probably go flow and cadence and delivery. Probably. So instrumental solid, vocal solid. Let's talk theme. So aesthetics. Insane. Insane. Love this cover. Like, this is probably something that I would have picked, to be honest with you. Like, this is like a very like I love these kind of covers, right? And when you think about like summertime and like what that makes you feel like and et cetera, I feel like this one captures it perfectly. Like absolutely perfectly. And it has this like vintage feel to it, right? So it feels like a classic photo, but it's still very like high quality. So aesthetics definitely on point. Like that's totally a cover I would have picked for sure. Um I just feel like it captures the vibe like so well. Um the overall theme is kind of interesting, right? I think you could probably get a couple themes from this, but again, I feel like the hook kind of describes it all, right? And the hook is also part of that like summertime kind of feel as well. So it's a very like keep your head up kind of feeling, but when you actually like break down the lyrics, you could kind of get a couple themes from this. So again, I feel like it'd be best to just kind of absorb the lyrics and like really take the writing in for what it is, right? And appreciate punchlines, the bars, the lyrics, and really like the cleverness of it too, right? Because there's a lot of like light-hearted lyrics here mixed with a lot of like honest and like genuine like don't give a fuck lyrics. You know, so it's a fine balance of emotion and I think that's where the emotion in the vocals kind of becomes important too, you know, because of the writing, right? So, with that said, well done, my friend. Well done. Huge shout out to Dry My Eyes. Thank you so much for the submission, my friend. Much, much love. Make sure you go follow them on SoundCloud. They are one follower away from 60 or 11 away from 70. Go show them some love over there on the cloud, my friends. And of course, make sure you follow them on Twitter as well. They are only 8 followers away from 30. So go show them some love over there on the Bird app, my friends. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. And of course, every artist featured is always there. So make sure you go show them some love, man. And we're approaching 260 submarinies. So make sure you go sub to the channel if you haven't. We upload 2 times a week, every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, whole lot of good stuff is available over there on the channel. You already have. Thank you. We appreciate you here Mondays. I'm at work, so I might have to bounce, but oh yeah, of course. No worries, my friend. Appreciate you stopping by, and thank you for your submission. Let's fucking get it, baby. Yeah, so that was gas, man. Definitely a track to like get you prepped for like spring, summer, eh? But I believe we're halfway through our show. So, with that said, you guys know what time it is. We are going to take a quick commercial break, and when we return, we're going to get right back into the rest of our community submissions. So, with that said, I'm going to need every single person to get up here, go get a drink, go get a snack, go walk the dog, go take a bathroom break, and all that good stuff, man. And Music Mondays will be right back. Don't go anywhere. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back here live with the Music Mondays podcast, episode 166. I'm your host, Sam Slays. Hope you had a good commercial break, but we're gonna hop right back into the rest of our submissions, my friends. So, up next, we got the homie Jordan, another artist who has had a stellar 2024, coming off of a really, really hot 2023. A very talented alternative hip hop producer and vocalist. Submitted a track they produced titled TM Bag by Mac TM. Let's pop this open a new tab and see what we got. Because I am down, my friends. Alright, let's get that little pause-a-rooney. Bump that up to 720. Alright, let's get it. Mac, Jordan, TM Bag, let's go.
Paying top dollar for any thought that I don't thought of. Currency is infinite, my life is what I bought to. Creating these relationships that don't last in the water. For the comfort in my mind, even the thoughts are getting darker like they smarter. Don't trade the power of the rain for a Gucci sweater. Golden machine code everything, that's why we doing better. Golden machine code everything, that's why we doing better. Listen, I'm being literal, not being clever with my boys. I know you hearing it in riddles when I tell you who I are. Probably think it's metaphoric when I tell you I'm a star like. Yo, she a bad bitch, taking mad trips, she got tea and bag drip, looking magic, ayy, she a bad bitch, taking mad trips, she got tea and bag drip, looking magic, ayy, looking magic, yeah. Listen, yo, yeah, she like me, yeah, I know she like me, and the boyfriend wanna fight me, when I enter their vicinity, catch her looking down, smirk, wipe the dirt up off the timepiece, yeah, I bought it, him comment, oh, that's ice, where you get it, ooh, I paid the ticket, I'm thinking that is Venice, I use it as a counter for the business that's unfinished, for that nigga Mac, I'm just obeying all his wishes, for everything he told me, what'd he tell you, ayy, you like pretty women, I like pretty women, we can go to Paris and me, book it plenty women, ayy, bust down, yeah, I made them bust down, Manada twice the greatest, so they for the rush now, ayy, bust down, yeah, I made them bust down, Manada twice the greatest, so they for the rush now, she a bad bitch, taking mad trips, she got tea and bag drip, looking magic, ayy, she a bad bitch, taking mad trips, she got tea and bag drip, looking magic, ayy.
Damn. Damn, man. Again with everything. Like, everything about this. God damn it. Okay. So, this is like back-to-back weeks of Jordan just fucking killing it with Mac TM, man. So, let's break it down. Let's talk about it. Let's get into it. So, we're going to talk about three things here. We're going to talk about the instrumental. We are going to talk about the vocals, and we're going to talk about the visual that we have here for sure, because the visual is absolutely fucking fantastic. So let's talk instrumental. Proud Jordan. Definitely a very Jordan style of instrumental. I feel like the more that Jordan has been working with Mac, I feel like their style is slowly like progressing as well, right? Not like in a Mac style, but more so of just like in general, you know. Sometimes when you start working with artists, like you'll just notice you like your own art start to like push forward, you know. So let's talk mix. Fantastic, to be honest with you. Jordan's a part of that group of artists where the large majority of the time, a lot of their mixes are fantastic, right? Nothing clashing, too overbearing. Nothing that really like sticks out to me that's like super off-putting, right? Drums are great, vocals sit nice. Nothing that throws me off, right? Especially on like the first listen, which is fantastic. So instrumental mix definitely solid. Instrumental shining star. You know, I was thinking melody at first, but the drums kept up such a good rhythm, and I think Mac was able to like bounce off of these drums and really just like let their flow kind of ride. So I feel like the drums were a big catalyst in how this song turned out. So for me, it's got to be the drums. Very crucial part in this track. Yeah, definitely drums for sure. So instrumental solid. Let's talk vocals. Vocal mix is great. Again, Mac is an artist that has a wonderful natural voice, right? I think a lot of their vocals don't need to be like super processed, right? But of course, you should want to clean them up and make sure that they're like actually like presentable, right? And they are definitely that. They are definitely that for sure. So that's one thing I definitely want to mention. Vocal mix absolutely fantastic. Um, Again, nothing clashing too overbearing. Vocals sit nice. Drums cut through nicely. Nothing that like threw me off on the first listen at all. To be honest with you. Um, Vocal shining star. Hmm. Now, writing's up there. Writing's definitely up there for sure. But flowing cadence and delivery is something that carries the whole song, and not like carries like in a backpack kind of way, but it's so consistent that I think you just get so used to it by the end of the track. So writing is definitely like a close second, but flow and cadence and delivery is something that's like it fits like a glove. You know what I mean? So instrumental solid, vocal solid. Let's talk about the visual here because this is the second time lapse style of visual that we got from this new duo of Mac and Jordan, and they're so well edited in such a simple way, right? Because I don't think they're doing anything that's uh like not done before or groundbreaking. I just think that a lot of artists don't put that much effort behind certain drops. And what this shows to me is effort, right? Because the time lapse footage mixed in with like the small edits, right? Like especially like the location that they're in, right? And then the artist names, and then just like switching angles. Like throughout the whole video, you're getting like this personalized experience that I spoke a little bit about last week, but it's even furthered here, in my opinion, just because you see like the whole process almost. Like I guarantee you, this was like damn near recording like the whole fucking track. You know what I mean? So there's like so much like great like behind the scenes kind of angles here, but it's like presented in a kind of a vlog style, like I said, but this one's more of like a B-roll. You know what I mean? And like you're gonna accompany your tracks with anything, bro. It's got to be something like this. Like this is just so it's rare. It's rare. You know what I mean? And it's fun and it's personal and I think back when I was like a super young listener, right? And a lot of the cool shit that I loved as a listener was shit like this, right? It was like these B-roll montages of like recording in the studio or traveling to shows or yada yada yada, like the list goes on. And this kind of like it's that spot for me, so there's no way that I'm the only person that kind of feels that way. um Especially if you're like a hip-hop enthusiast or even just underground music enthusiast, right? I think you're gonna appreciate shit like this because you see two artists kind of showing almost the more personal side of themselves, recording and being vulnerable and shit like that. Like, and that's not something new for Jordan, but I think getting Mac involved in this was like a really like good refresher for 2024. So that's my take on these kinds of visuals, man. Like I think they're so beneficial for tracks, and the archive of it all is just fantastic. Short, sweet, to the point, very simple. Boom, watermark at the beginning, watermark at the end. So Shining Star for the visual itself is definitely the concept. I like the fact that they're even doing it. So well done, well fucking done. Huge shout out to Jordan and Mac. Make sure you go sub to the MMCJ channel. They are 8 subs away from 40. And of course, make sure you follow Jordan on Twitter. Jordan's approaching 430 followers. They're about 6 away, so go show him some love in the bird app, my friends. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of YouTube re-upload. And of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you haven't already. We're approaching 260 subaroonies. We upload 2 times a week, every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, a lot of good jazz. And if you already have, thank you. We appreciate you here at Music Mondays, my friends. Let's fucking get it. So, up next, we left off with the homie Jordan, and we have Thomas Marcus next in line. A very talented alternative producer submitted Sleep Apnea That is a fire track name. But let's go see what Thomas has been up to. I am definitely down, my friend. All right, let's get into it. Thomas Marcus, sleep apnea. Let's go. Oh man. Beat is crazy. Damn. Okay, so that was insane. That one had this like almost like dreamlike kind of feel to it, you know? That one definitely like put you in a trance for sure. Um, so let's talk about it, man. Obviously no vocals, so I want to talk about two things here. Talk about the instrumental, and we're gonna talk about the overall theme of sleep apnea. So, let's talk instrumental. Instrumental mix, absolutely fantastic, especially with a more live instrumental take here from Thomas. I feel like everything is mixed perfectly, especially from the melodies to the drums. It leaves in this like natural instrumental element, but it's definitely very much arranged and in order for sure. So again, nothing clashing to overbearing. Drums are right where they need to be. Everything's nice and even. Nothing that really like completely throws off the vibe, you know. So instrumental mix definitely on point. Um, hmm. Instrumental Shining Star. So I really, really love the drums on this. I really love the drums, and the structure's super solid too. But for me, I think the melodies, along with the main melody and the counter melody, I think were fantastic. Super peaceful, super alternative, lo-fi like. But it has that like Thomas Marcus kind of flavor to it. Uh, so for me, definitely melodies for sure. So instrumental solid. Let's talk theme, aesthetics, sleep apnea. The cover is kind of interesting, right? Because it has this like 80s, 70s, maybe like 90s kind of feel to it. Uh, but like the color palette is very it's just retro esque. But I like the style of it nonetheless. Especially for like a laid back kind of like chill track like this. Yeah, nah, for sure. I definitely like the choice a lot. Definitely. Especially with a track title named Sleep Apnea, right? Definitely has that like 24-hour, bender kind of feel to it. Definitely. Um, so aesthetics on point. Overall theme, again, sleep apnea. That's what's great about being able to put out instrumentals of your own, right? Like it could really mean anything, right? But it could be something as simple as Thomas just kind of like making this instrumental at 3 in the morning, or blah 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 blah. You know what I mean? Like there's a whole wide range of inspiration for things like this. Um, so again, I think Thomas did a good job kind of personalizing this, letting this one kind of speak for itself. Thomas and a few other producers are actually very good at kind of putting together these instrumentals that actually have stories, right? And not just, kind of type beats and blah, blah, blah. This one was solid, very solid. Well done, my friend. Huge shout out to Thomas Marcus. Thank you so much for the submission. Make sure you go sub to Thomas's channel. They're approaching 1.2K on YouTube. And of course, make sure you follow Thomas on Twitter. They're approaching 80 followers, man. They're about 2 away. So go show them some love on the bird. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. And of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you haven't already. We're approaching 260 subaroonies. We're about 1 away. We upload 2 times a week, every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, all that good stuff is available over there. And huge shout out to everybody that already has. Thank you, my friend. So, up next, we have the homie, Lavarius. Let's fucking go. Now, Lavarius, for those of you that don't know, a very talented hip hop artist, submitted Ear Candy, season 1, episode 8. I believe this is the season finale or something like that, I believe. Now, Ear Candy is this behind the scenes kind of freestyle segment that Lavarius has started doing for their YouTube channel, and it's become a staple on Music Mondays. So, definitely excited to get into a new episode. Let's see what we got from the homie Lavarius. Let's go. Bang. Get this up to 720. All right, let's get into it. Lavarius Ear Candy, season 1, episode 8.
Usually in the intro, I listen to the song that I'm about to remix while I'm setting up and getting ready. But today, we're recording the lead single off of my upcoming album. The song drops March 29th, my 19th birthday.
Oh shit.
We're recording that today. I wrote the song 3 months ago, and I decided this is the single for the album. It's coming out on 29th, and I've got more planned with it, so you'll see.
Bet.
Did I say the name of the song? The song's called Tatted on My Mind. 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 I've heard the beat hundreds of times. There's your little snippet. I'm finna hop in the booth.
Okay.
I'm already in the booth, but I'm finna spit.
I'm already in the booth.
She said she don't wanna see me again, bitch, that's too bad. I'ma stay right here, right by your side, just don't get too mad. I'ma be this. Why does it sound slow down? She said she don't wanna see me again, bitch, that's too bad. I'ma be this way until I die, but you knew that. Fuck about what they say, it's you and I till we both pass. I do not like how that hook is sounding, so we just gonna hop into the first verse.
It'd be like that.
Honestly, you tatted on my mind, how you do that? Baby, just come hop up in this ride, we gon' cruise. Did to that body, wanna fuck you cause you so bad. Put that ass up on me, how you want it slow or super fast. I'ma stay right here, right by your side, just don't get too. I'ma be this way until I die, but you know that. Fuck about what they say, it's you and I till we both pass. Honestly, you tatted on my mind, how you do that? Baby, just come hop up in this ride, we gon' cruise that. Fuck that damn alarm, I wanna be with you, I'ma snooze that. You want me to hold your hand and shade at your mind? Baby, we been fucking for some time. She said she don't wanna see me again, bitch, that's too bad. I'ma stay right by your side, just don't get too mad. Baby, just come hop up in this ride, we gon' cruise that. For that damn alarm, I wanna be with you. Put that ass up on me, how you want it, slow or super fast. We just gonna lay down, like, backbone through this shit. You want me to hold your hand and show you that you're mine. I think that is finally the time to make you my wife. For some time, finally the time. Sure, I want you for life. You want me to hold your hand and show you that you're mine. Baby, we been fucking for some time. Baby, we been fucking for some time. She said she don't want to see me again, bitch, that's too bad. I'ma stay right here, right by your side, just don't get too mad. I know that you're trying to get me drunk. I'm a smoker, I love weed, but I'm still gonna drink the cup. Hey, you wanna copy of me cause you love me too damn much. Hey, I wanna clone of you too. I know that you're trying to get me drunk. You love to take this dick from me and put it in your guts. Hey, you wanna copy of me cause you love me too damn much. Hey. I'm a smoker, I love weed, but I'm still gonna drink the cup. You love to take this dick from me and put it in your guts. Hey, you wanna copy of me cause you love me too damn much. Hey. Get me drunk. Get me drunk. On replay, I love it even better when you tell me how it feels when I fill you up. I want you on my tongue just like a pill. I wanna clone a you too. I'm tryna fuck you all day. That pussy like a song I made. I need that shit on replay. I love it even better when you tell me how it feels when I fill you up. I want you on my tongue just like a pill. That's cause I am, baby.
Okay.
That's cause I am, baby. What?
What?
Alright, we got that saved. I'm gonna come back and work on that probably tonight. I'm gonna go do some door dashing.
6.5 hours later.
Little shift.
Alright, so I'm back to record this shit. I've heard it, heard back what I need to change. We gonna get into it. That's cause I am, baby. You want me to hold your hand and show you that you're mine. Baby, we've been fucking for some time. I think that it's finally the time to make you my wife. Sure, I want you for life. For some time. Finally the time. I know that you're trying to get me drunk. I know that you're trying to get me drunk. I'm a smoker, I love weed, but I'm still gonna drink the cup. I'm tryna fuck you all day. That pussy like a song I made. I need that shit on replay. I love it even better. I wanna clone a YouTube. Yup. Yeah, pussy like a song I made. I need that shit on replay.
It's gonna sound crazy.
Yup.
Yup.
Yup. You want me to hold your straight at your mind, baby, we've been fucking for some time.
Connected.
Straight at your mind, baby, we've been fucking for some time. I think that it's finally the time. She said she don't wanna see me again, bitch, that's too bad. I'ma stay right here, right by your side, just don't get too mad. I'ma be this way until I die, babe, you know that. Fuck about what they say, it's you and I till we both pass. Greatest love song ever made, I wrote about you, yeah, yeah. Even writing history, I be pissed about you, yeah, yeah. Babe, you know that. Fuck about what they say, it's you and I till we both pass, baby. Till we both pass, you the one for me. I'm tryna make sure that you know that. Even writing hits when I be pissed about you, yeah, yeah. You the one for me. I'm tryna make sure that you know that. Greatest love song ever made. I wrote that about you, yeah, yeah. Even writing hits when I be pissed about you, yeah, yeah. So that's it. I recorded everything.
Yeah.
Now all I gotta do is clean it all up, copy and paste some shit, move some shit around, type shit.
Type shit.
And then send that off to the engineer, and I'll hear the final product soon. Usually for the outro, I would perform the song, but I don't have the song right now, so I won't be performing the song.
True.
But I will be performing the song, and you'll see it Friday when it releases. Yeah, tatted on my mind. 3/29, March 29th, Friday.
5 days from now.
5 days from now. My birthday, my 19th birthday. My first single of the year, lead single of the next album. Let's get it.
Let's go.
She said she don't wanna see me again, bitch, that's too bad. I'ma stay right here, right by your side, just don't get too mad. I'ma be this way until I die, babe, you knew that. Fuck about what they say, it's you and I till we both pass. Honestly, you tatted on my mind, how you do that? Baby, just come hop up in this ride, we gon' cruise that. For that damn alarm, I won't be with you, I'ma snooze that. For that damn job won't make me rich, don't care to lose that.
Okay, I definitely see the vision. I definitely see the vision there for sure. Like LaVerry said at the start, like this is a very like different kind of a version of Ear Candy, right? Because usually they'd be remixing other mainstream songs, right? And just like hopping on different beats and, doing covers and remixes. But this one is a little bit more of an important behind the scenes process, which I think is a great pivot, right? I think you can do mainstream remixes and whatnot. I think that's great too. But I think pivoting from that to, using this as a way to promote your next song is a fucking fantastic idea. Like, absolutely fantastic. So for one, right off rip, I love that. And it made it more of like a more personal behind the scenes, right? Because, like, even though the mainstream songs are like a good idea, they're always not that serious, right? Because they're just covers and remixes. But when it comes to like a song you're actually going to put out, this is like a more of like an important behind the scenes process. I think they're both solid, right? But this one, it just has like that much more significance to you as LaVerry's. But I think new listeners would really like a mix of these two. So I think both of the versions of Ear Candy are really great. And however that you want to shape them in the future is going to be solid, right? Because not a lot of people are doing behind the scenes processes and breakdowns like this. You know what I mean? So I'd say the redeeming quality was actually like switching up the vibe and using this as a way to promote Tatted on My Mind. You know what I mean? And I assume we'll be reacting to that here on the show next week. So this is definitely like a great prelude and a great way to introduce that, man. So well fucking done. This is solid. This was really, really solid. And I believe this was the last episode. I think they said that in these episode 7 that this was going to be the last episode of season 1, but we'll see. We'll see. But with that said, huge shout out to LaVerry's. Thank you so much for the submission, my friend. Much, much love. Make sure you go follow LaVerry's on YouTube. They are 10 subs away from 500 subroonies. So make sure you go show them some love over there on the tube. And of course, make sure you go follow LaVerry's on Twitter. They are 1 follower away from 120. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube upload. And of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you haven't already. We're approaching 260 Subarunis. We upload 2 times a week, every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, a lot of good stuff available over there. So go show these artists on the channel. Some motherfucking love, baby. And of course, with that said, our last submission of the night is a actual first time submitting artist, David Jacques at The Dimensions, Drowning in the Pool. Toronto-based composer extraordinaire. Okay. Say less, David. All right, we're gonna end off the night with a brand new first time submitting artist. Let's get into it. Drowning in the Pool. So obviously we're gonna go in blind. We don't know what to expect whatsoever. So let's get into it. The Dimensions, Drowning in the Pool. Let's go, my friends.
I died in the pool when I went swimming. I felt like a fool in front of the women. I felt like a tool getting mouth to mouth from the two. The only action I'll be seeing.
Oh shit. Okay. Wow. Okay. Good lord. All right. So a couple things to talk about there for sure. Interesting first time submission though. Definitely a very, very interesting first time submission. But very solid nonetheless. All right, let's break this one down. We're gonna talk about 3 things here. We're gonna talk about the instrumental, we're gonna talk about vocals, and we're gonna talk about the overall theme of this track. Let's talk instrumental mix. Super solid for what it is. This is definitely live instrumental bass track, right? So many of you guys know, I always talk about how difficult those kinds of tracks can be to mix sometimes, right? Sometimes they'll just a lot of issues, or sometimes they'll just be relatively easy, and you're just like, fuck, okay, thank God. But for what this is, this one definitely has a solid mix, for sure, especially with this much going on. Definitely not that many gripes here. Definitely not that many gripes for sure. So instrumental mix definitely solid. Instrumental shining star. Drums are solid. all the melodies are solid, but I think the structure was very on point here. Like it was very, very much on point. The way the song progressed from A to B was absolutely fantastic, especially as far as the instrumental goes. So I'm definitely gonna go ahead and say structure for sure. So instrumental solid. Let's talk vocals. Vocal mix. Definitely solid, to be honest with you. It has that like alternative style to it as well. So definitely no gripes, nothing clashing too overbearing, nothing that really like struck me as like odd or anything like that. So definitely a big fan of the vocal mix. It has that grittiness to it that this sound goes really well with. You know what I mean? So definitely no gripes with the vocal mix whatsoever. Vocal shining star. I do like the flow and cadence. Um, the hook is definitely up there. I feel like the hook's definitely catchy and like could get stuck in your head for sure. Uh, hmm. You know, honestly, when it comes down to it, probably the hook, just because I feel like you're gonna remember that the most, and like it's definitely it has that replayability factor for sure. But I feel like flow and cadence and delivery is like a close second, definitely. Um, so instrumental solid, vocal solid. Let's talk about the overall theme, aesthetics, drowning in the pool. So it's a very interesting choice for a cover with this set of lyrics, but I suppose if you're taking like the simpler approach, I don't see a problem with it. You know what I mean? Simple, straight to the point. It definitely has that like hypnotic kind of feeling to it for sure. So solid for what it is. Definitely single worthy. I would say. Overall theme is kind of funny because you know I kept thinking about the Sandlot and the lifeguard scene. I don't know why I kept thinking about that. Um, but that's definitely one thing that totally came to mind. Like I could totally see that song over like a montage of that, but or this song over a montage of that. But yeah. So realistically, I do feel like this was a more deeper song than what it is at face value, right? Like you could kind of like look at these lyrics on paper and be like, eh, but like when you actually like hear the song, it could be a lot of metaphors for a couple different things, right? I definitely think this is one where it's kind of left up to the listener's interpretation, or you could take it at face value, right? So I think every type of listener is going to get something different from this kind of track. You can take it for what it is, or you could look a lot deeper and look at a lot of the potential metaphors here. So, well done, my friend. Well done. That was a great first time submission. Make sure you go follow the Dimensions on Spotify, and of course, make sure you follow David on Twitter. They are approaching 360 followers. They are one away. So go show them some love over there on the Bird app, my friends. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. And of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays at YouTube channel if you haven't already. We're approaching 260 subaroonies, my friends. So make sure you go show the channel and these artists some love. And of course, we upload 2 times a week, every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, a whole lot of good jazzes over there. So go show these artists in the channel some love, my friends. And if you already have, thank you. We appreciate you here at Music Mondays. So, that does it for episode 166 of the Music Mondays podcast, my friends. That was a stack of fucking submissions. Let's close it out. Let's talk about what's coming over the course of the next week or so. Let's get some shout outs. Let's show some love. Let's do all that good jazz, my friends. So, with that said, a huge shout out to everybody that submitted, tuned in, and showed love tonight. Huge shout out to Survival of Negativity, Braden, Money Green Music, Offspring Mysterious, Dry My Eyes, Jordan, Thomas Marcus, Laveries, and David. You guys are fucking amazing. Thank you for the love, and your submissions. Huge shout out to everybody that tuned in and showed love in the chat tonight, man. Huge shout out to Dry My Eyes, huge shout out to Jordan, and huge shout out to anybody else that lurked and chilled, just kind of threw the stream up, came through and showed some love. I appreciate you very, very much. Thank you so much. Let's see here. So, lots of stuff coming up over the course of the next week or so, because like I said, this is the last week of March and the end of quarter one for 2024. So again, we're going to be heading into spring, focusing on Curing Cases of the Mondays, our next Music Mondays album. So definitely make sure you follow us on socials to stay up to date with all the latest updates on that. And of course, expect a lot of YouTube uploads to continue and come back here on the channel within the next couple of weeks. And of course, your weekly content will stay the same. Expect a brand new article this Friday along with 2 brand new playlists. So yeah, really trying to like wrap things up for the end of the year here at Music Monday, or not end of the year, end of March. End of March. But yeah, just trying to wrap up a couple loose ends, make sure everybody's ready to go into spring and shit like that. So very, very important. And of course, we still have a very limited amount of the Music Mondays Basic logo t-shirts available still right now. So definitely send us a message and let us know if you're interested in purchasing any of those. Small through large is still available. So definitely let us know. Per usual, submissions will be open for next week's episode of the Music Mondays podcast tomorrow. So again, if you're watching this live, submissions open on Tuesday. If you're watching this on YouTube, submissions are already open. So make sure you follow us on socials at All Music Mondays. Stay up to date when all the submissions go live for all of our content here at Music Mondays. And of course, this episode will be available on all audio platforms this Thursday. And of course, the YouTube upload will be available this Saturday. So, with that said, my friends, per usual, like I said, make sure you follow us on socials at All Music Mondays to stay up to date with everything that we have going on. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Tumblr, Threads, Blue Sky, you name it, we're there. Make sure you follow us, stay up to date with everything that we're doing here at Music Mondays. Of course, it's been your boy Azam Slays. You can follow me at all platforms at Azam Slays. And of course, follow, subscribe below. Everything linked below. You can stream Music Mondays on all audio platforms as well at anchor.fm/allmusicmondays. We're available on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, all that good jazz available there as well. And of course, let's continue on, my friends. I'm very excited for spring, and I can't wait to show you guys what we have coming. So again, make sure you follow us, stay up to date. It's been your boy Azam Slays. Make sure you follow the channel because we're live like 6 days a week, man. So make sure you tune in, show some love because we're always watch party and game and all that good jazz. And we'll see you next week for episode 167 of the Music Mondays podcast. Stay tuned, be safe, and we'll see you guys next time.